Welcome to an out-of-the-box unboxing. Today I am going to be looking at a new Kickstarter that's just arrived. This is Reality Shift. This is the deluxe version. I backed this way back in 2020 and it arrived a couple of days ago. It's quite a long time for a Kickstarter, but it's arrived. It's a game for 2 to 5 players. When I first looked at this on Kickstarter, I got excited because it's got magnetic cubes and it's kind of like light cycles from Tron moving up and down on this racetrack, which is reconfigurable. So it looked quite exciting, and I thought, well, I could try and make a solo variant. Supposedly it takes 20 minutes, 14 plus. Yeah, excited that it has actually arrived here in Australia. In terms of the box, it's quite a big box size. Getting my magic card. It's quite big. If you actually want the measurements, it is 27 by 27. It's a square. Anyway, let's have a look and see what we get inside. Kind of interested to see how they've done the magnetic cubes in terms of how they fit together. Okay, let's have a look. And we get some advertising for Academy Games and Apollo Games. They seem to do a lot of war games I've seen. I think they did a space one recently. Agents of Mayhem, I like the video game. Yeah, Stellaris is, I think, still waiting for to be delivered. I've got a rule book, which is pretty small. We'll look at that at some point. We've got the Deluxe Rules Edition. I think there's some extra tracks in the Deluxe Edition. So some extra cubes that have different rules. So that's why we've got an extra rule book. And you've got some different layouts for the racing, because you're racing your light cycles on these tracks that are reconfigurable. So yeah, they look very exciting, assuming you've got enough cubes. We've got some tokens. They are very solid tokens, so it's kind of quality. We have a board. I guess it's important to have a board to lay out. What's the difference? Oh, okay. I'll move this stuff out of the way for a bit. And so the board, a bit further. Board is, I guess it's just pattern die. It's got entry points. So again, it may be where it's where we do the layouts, and this one has no entry points. So it's a all inclusive. The board itself is got rounded on the card. Yeah, that's good quality. And then the thing we're kind of interested in is these cubes. They're plastic with some kind of card they've pre-made. They are size-wise. They are, what's that? 6.5 by 6.5 by 6.5. Yeah, they are interesting. Not quite felt anything quite like those. And we've got, so they fit together. It's almost like a, I guess I should put the board down. Let's do it properly. Let's stick down the board and see how they look. Okay. So it's almost like a dungeon crawler tile system, where when you stick them together, that's a vortex one, they you got to line up the paths. And I guess the whole point of this game is that they can be 3D, so it becomes almost like a 3D puzzle. And in part of the game, so these kind of, they've got little knobbles on the edges. So let's see if I can zoom that in. So if you look there, there's like a dent there, and then there's an insert there, and that's how they kind of click together. If you get them around the right way. I guess that one should be able to go. So I guess that will force some level of peeling a little bit. Okay, so they're solid. They're solid plastic cubes with labels on. Okay, not solid. Okay, so I've got a lot of cubes. I guess I can make tracks. So part of the game is you get, I think there's some cards in here, so we'll get to that. Yeah, there are the cards. So these are standard kind of Magic the Gathering size cards. So they'll be easy to sleeve. I think the idea is that as you play the game, you have movement and you can rearrange the cubes dynamically. So you can change the racetrack and cause bad things. You can change your, so let's have a look at these. So thin cards, but so they've got movement by the looks of it. Oh, maybe they've got, you could pick probably movement or change the orientation of a particular cube. And if you've got an enemy on that particular cube, oh, these look like they're color based. They are probably the different players, I would imagine. Yep, so we've got a set for each of the 4 players. I thought it said 5 players. Well, there's only 4 anyway in this one. Otherwise, yeah, nice looking cards. They're thin. Checkpoint. Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, like I say, I probably read the rules back in 2020. What else have we got? We've got some other cards. I would say these are from the Deluxe section. Let's open them up while we're here. And we get a thank you card. Proof of purchase. Okay, speed boost, reality bomb, disintegrate. These will look like kind of event cards. Haptic shock, teleport cube. Oh, these power-ups. Okay, to shift reality. As you move around the track, and I guess that's the thing we're kind of most interested in, is moving around the track. And in here we've got a dice. Maybe we use dice for movement. Again, like I say, it's been 5 years. Okay, so standard D6, and then you've got your, oh, they've got the magnets on them. Kind of makes sense. Let's have a look and see how they go. They're tiny. And then it becomes a, oh yeah, so there's 5 vehicles, a 3D puzzle. Oh, what's up with that one? Oh, that one's lost its magnet. And I've got a double magnet. Yep, there we go. Fixed it. So our bikes can travel, and it looks like this is broken up into segments. You can see that. So you can move around and then potentially move and then flip cubes to do other things, and you end up with a 3D puzzle. And I think if you do things like, if someone else flips it and you're on that side, you get squished, and there's like spawn points, so you respawn back on a different area. This is going to be mind-bending. In the box we've got an insert, and there's nothing below it, but it's got a nice, well, there you go, that's reality shift. Yeah, this, oops, I squished that one. Looks interesting, but yeah, something with magnets. So they must have, I guess they've got a metal coating underneath every side of the cube, and then you just got a magnet on your vehicles for moving them around. Different, I can say that. It's not a game or that I've seen before, which was one of the attractions of when I I mean, I've always liked Tron as a movie, light cycles, and this seemed like a very interesting twist on that. I'll have to get my head around a solo variant, but it should be fine, depending on how how deterministic we can make the other riders, whether there's that many choices and whether there's obvious things, following the path and trying to crush your opponents as you can. But in terms of physical components, really interesting stuff. Lots of cards. I have to sleeve those at some point. And yeah, so that is what you get inside the box. Oops, I should probably put the board in. That's what you get inside the deluxe edition of Reality Shift. Don't forget to subscribe and like.